Hey everyone, welcome to day one of our 5-day Runners content series. What we're gonna be doing is gonna be launching a video each day, Monday through Friday this week, just to give you a self-assessment test that you could do on your own to see where we're at as far as your strength and mobility. Today we're gonna be going over some ankle mobility work, which is very important for our ability to even just squat, lunge, and then run. If we don't have that good mobility in the ankle, it translates up to the knee, and we want to prevent knee pain and extra pressure into the knee. So that's why we're making sure that we have good ankle mobility, not only for running, for everything we do with walking and squatting. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and start. So the next test I want you guys to try out is a knee to wall test. So this tests out our mobility in your ankle. So to do this, let's test it out by taking a ruler 10 centimeters away from the wall, or 4 inches. Typically a good hand width away is on average the minimum requirement that you need. Just also be mindful of the baseboard too. So what we want to do, we can put a hand width away. Since this has a little bit of a baseboard here, I could come up a little bit. Keeping our heel down, what we want to do is bring your knee to the wall and see how the heel looks. If the heel ends up popping before you hit the wall, that test means that we didn't meet the criteria. We want to make sure our heel is down, it stays down as we come forward and touch the wall. So we don't want our knee coming in this way, keep it straight above. So my heel comes up, so I need to work on it. Go ahead and try that. Try both legs. Let's see how you compare left foot versus your right. So depending how you did on the previous test, we want to improve the flexibility of our ankle. And to do that, I'm going to show you a couple exercises that you can do. Just the general calf stretch, straddle position. We want our back leg is the one that we're stretching. So we want our back leg, our knee should be straight. Both heels are down. Both toes are facing the wall. A common error I do see in a lot of people doing the stretch is that back leg, they think the toes are facing the wall, but the back leg, the foot is turned out some. So just make sure to look at your toes and make sure they're both facing the wall. You can hold on to the wall, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna square your hips, and then we're gonna lead forward with our hip and hold it, okay? So when you do that, you should feel a pull in the upper portion of your lower leg. You can hold that for about 25 seconds and do that for 3 sets. So these are passive stretches. We can start with doing passive stretches and then work our way up to working more dynamic and loaded stretches to get a better stretch at our ankle. So that is the calf stretch. So there's another stretch that we could do, very similar. Is basically same position, but we're gonna bring our back leg up a little bit closer to the wall. Now we're gonna bend our knees while keeping this back leg bent, as well as our heel on the floor. Now we're gonna lead forward, keeping our hips square again, and we're gonna hold, okay? So now this one, you're gonna feel a little bit more of a pull in the Achilles. It's another portion of the lower leg that we're stretching to improve that flexibility. Key points, make sure that we maintain that knee bend, heel down, and lean forward. Making sure also that you're feeling the pull in the back of the leg and not maybe a pinch in the front of the ankle. Okay, so try that out. Next, I'm gonna show you another way to improve your ankle mobility by doing a self stretch. Good to do prior to exercise, prior to doing squats, stuff like that. So what you can do is find an elevated platform, and basically what we're doing is just gonna rock and hold, really feeling the kind of the stretch here in the ankle, pull in the back, and then get out of it. Stretch into it, and then out. Trying to keep our heel down. So if you feel your heel come up, then we're not getting an efficient stretch if the heel is popping up. So keep that heel down and lean into it. And then of course, you do this to both legs here. Okay. So far we've stretched our ankle passively, which is the prolonged holds. We've done a little bit more of a dynamic stretch, which is the movement of the flexibility of our ankle, just like this. Now we're gonna do another way of stretching, which is incorporating a little bit of strengthening on top of that. So we could do this by finding a platform, or what you can do is you can find the end of your stairway and use the step on the end of the stairway, or even a curb. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna step up And what I want you to do is just come up onto your toes and then come down, drop your heels down. Feeling the pull in the back of my lower leg. Coming up and then dropping down. It's good if you have support so you don't lose your balance. Up and then down. Good 3 count at the bottom, and then you can come back up. 1 count going down, hold it for 3 counts, and then 1 count coming back up. So that's with 2 legs, okay? So now I want you to try that doing 1. Once that's easier, that's a progression, is now from 2 legs, now we're gonna work our way out to doing 1 leg. So what we can do is go up with 2 legs and then down with 1. Up with 2, down with 1. Up with 2, down with 1. So I really feel the pull in the back of my lower leg here. So it's important to strengthen now the new range that we've achieved, because a lot of times if we stretch a certain joint but we don't strengthen in that new range that we've achieved, the joint's gonna forget about that new range and we're gonna lose that mobility. So we wanna incorporate strengthening and loading of the joint and muscles so that way we can maintain that flexibility. So the last test we're gonna check today is our flexibility of our great toe. So we wanna make sure our great toe comes off about 50 to 70 degrees off the floor, maintaining good flexibility of the foot, because if we lack that mobility there, we're gonna tend to compensate. So let's go ahead and do that test. So we wanna maintain our flexibility of our big toe. A lot of times this toe could get rigid and cause us problems later on down the line. So let's just test that mobility by bringing this up. Can it hit between 50 and 70 degrees from the floor, off the floor? And that's fine there. So depending how well our test was with the flexibility of our great toe, this is a quick, easy way to stretch our toe. It's just putting our toe against the wall, leaning into the wall, and holding it there. So I'm stretching here. Okay, and I'm just holding it. I can hold it for about 25 seconds, do that 3 sets. So that's one way to stretch it. So another easy way is just really just pulling your toe back with your hands. That's another way to stretch our big toe. So that completes our day 1 of our self-assessment test. So go ahead and try these tests out and let's see how you do. We'll see you in day 2.